Merry Christmas from my home to yours. I hope you're having a good day. Do you have 10 minutes? If you can spare 10 minutes, I'm going to put them to good use. At least I think I am. I'm going to read an essay from a book I wrote some time ago called Christmas Stories. I think you'll find it encouraging. I certainly understand if you don't have time, but if you'd like to post your prayer need on the prayer page before you slip out, please do so. We would be honored to pray for you. In fact, may God bless you. May God bless all of us during this busy yet wonderful time of year. Here's my reading for the day. I hope it encourages you. I love Christmas. Let the sleigh bells ring. Let the carolers sing. The more Santas, the merrier. The more trees, the better. I love Christmas. The ho, 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 the rooty toot toot, the thumpity thump thump, and the parumpa pum pum, the silent night, and the sugar plums. I don't complain about the crowded shops. I don't grumble at the jam-packed grocery store. The restaurant is full. Well, it's Christmas, and I love Christmas. Bring on Scrooge and Cousin Eddie and the official Red Ryder carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle. You'll shoot your eye out. The tinsel and the clatter and the waking up to see what was the matter, Bing and his tunes, Macy's balloons, mistletoe kisses, Santa Claus wishes and favorite dishes, holiday snows and warm winter clothes and Rudolph's red nose. I love Christmas. I love it because someone somewhere will ask the Christmas question. What's the big deal about the baby in the manger? Who was he? And what does his birth have to do with me? The questioner might be a child looking at a front yard creche. He may be a soldier stationed far from home. She may be a young mom who for the first time holds a child on Christmas Eve. The Christmas season prompts Christmas questions. I can remember the first time I asked those questions. I grew up in a small West Texas town, the son of a mechanic and a nurse. Never poor, but certainly not affluent. My dad laid pipeline in the oil fields, and Mom worked the 3 to 11 shift at the hospital. I followed my brother to elementary school every morning and played neighborhood ball in the afternoons. Dad was in charge of dinner. My brother washed the dishes, and I was in charge of sweeping the floor. We boys took our baths by 8. We were in bed by 9 with permission to do one thing before turning out the lights. We could read. The chest at the foot of our bed contained children's books, big books, each with a glossy finish and bright pictures. The 3 bears lived in the chest. So did the big bad wolf and 7 dwarfs and a monkey with a lunch pail whose name I don't recall. Somewhere in the chest, beneath the fairy tales, was a book about baby Jesus. On the cover was a yellow-hayed manger. A star glowed above the stable. Joseph and a donkey, equally big-eyed, stood nearby. Mary held a baby in her arms. She looked down at him. He looked up at her. And I remember looking at them both. My dad, a man of few words, had told my brother and me, boys, always remember that Christmas is about Christ. And one of those bedtime, book time moments, somewhere between the fairy tales and the monkey with the lunch pail, I thought about what he had said, and I began asking the Christmas questions. And I guess you could say I've been asking them ever since. And I love the answers that I've found, like this one. God knows what it's like to be a human. And when I talk to him about deadlines or long lines or tough times, he understands. He's been there. He's been here. Because of Bethlehem, I have a friend in heaven. Because of Bethlehem, I have a Savior in heaven. Christmas begins what Easter celebrates. The child in the cradle is also the King on the cross. And because he died on the cross, there are no marks on my record, just grace. He didn't tell me, clean up before you come in. He offered, come on in, I'll clean you up. And it's not my grip on him that matters, but his grip on me, and his grip is sure. So is his presence in my life. Christmas presents from Santa, that's nice, but the perpetual presence of Christ, that's life-changing. God is always near us, always for us, always with us. We may forget him, but he never forgets us. And boy, don't we need this message More than ever, we need this message. You've been sleeping with one eye open, haven't you? Trying to keep up with all the change and the challenge that has come. There's the job you can't keep, the tumor you can't diagnose, the marriage you can't fix, the boss you can't please. Are you scared? Are you worried? If so, could I just suggest maybe you need a little Christmas this Christmas? I don't mean a dose of saccharine sentiment or Santa cheer or double-spiked eggnog. That's not Christmas. Christmas, as my dad said, is about Christ. Christ's name occupies 6 of the 9 letters, for crying out loud. This isn't Santamas, Shoppingmas, or Reindeermas. This is Christmas. And Christmas is not Christmas unless or until you receive the message of Bethlehem. Have you? In the hurry and the scurry of the season, have you taken time to receive the promise of Christmas? God gets us, God saves us, and God is always near us. By the way, Bethlehem was just the beginning. Jesus has promised a repeat performance. Bethlehem, Act 2. No silent night this time, however. The skies will open and trumpets will blast and a new kingdom will begin. He will empty the tombs and melt the winter of death. He will press his thumb against the collective cheek of humanity and wipe away all the tears. The manger invites, even dares us to begin, that the best is yet to be, and it could all begin today. No, I don't like hassles, but I love Christmas. And I put up with hassles at Christmas because Christmas reminds us what we need to remember, and that is that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love Him. These are the heart-shaping promises of Christmas. And long after the guests have left and the carolers have gone home and the lights have come down, these promises endure. Perhaps you could use some Christmas this Christmas. Just do what I did as a 6-year-old, red-headed, flat-topped, freckle-faced boy. Turn on the lamp, curl up in a comfortable spot, and look into the face of the baby Jesus. And may you find what I found, a lifetime of hope. Merry Christmas.